Hello friends, we are in the latest episode of Transfer News. We are evaluating the agenda before the winter transfer window. If you subscribe and like the video, you give us the greatest support. Enjoy watching. Manchester City star has fallen for the allure of the Saudis. Kevin De Bruyne has decided to consider the offer that has come his way. Despite being in the process of recovering from an injury and playing for City, Al Nassr is very keen on acquiring him. In addition to the financial aspect of the Saudi transfer, there is something equally valuable. They don't give up easily when players reject their offers. They persist, and this tactic proves to be very effective. The same strategy is on the table for De Bruyne. Even if he takes 50 days to respond to the transfer offer, if he says yes on the 51st day, Al Nassr will add him to their squad. No European team employs this strategy. They typically wait for a maximum of 1 month and then move on. However, the Saudis are persistent and don't give up easily. Javier Hernandez has announced his departure from Los Angeles Galaxy. Chicharito has been sidelined for the past 5 months due to an injury. Following his recovery, he decided to part ways with the team and is currently training individually. The question of where he will continue his career is now a subject of curiosity. The 35-year-old Mexican striker is definitely not considering retirement. Zilinski will complete his contract with Napoli at the end of the upcoming season. Klopp is a big admirer of the player, having expressed interest in him in previous years as well. There was a time when Liverpool was very close to reaching an agreement for Zilinski. However, things didn't work out, and 7 years ago, Wijnaldum was signed instead. Klopp is once again showing interest in Zilinski for the upcoming season. There is also interest from other teams, making Liverpool's task challenging. However, with each passing day without a contract extension, the likelihood of his departure increases. Manchester United fans are once again unhappy. They suffered a disappointing defeat to Copenhagen in the Champions League, and their performance in the league has also been subpar. The team's forwards have been quiet in the league, and the ineffectiveness of the Red Devils' attacking players is frustrating. In 11 matches, they have only scored 1 goal, and it was Rashford who found the net. Despite having individually talented players, this goal-scoring record suggests that United has the worst forwards in the league. Ten Hag is not considering a forward transfer, but they are looking to make a defensive signing. Currently, they are in talks with Nice for Todibo. The player is reportedly interested in joining, and it's even been written that he has already given his word to United. The exact amount Nice will ask for the 23-year-old French player is yet to be known. Chelsea is currently in search of a striker. Until last week, Nicholas Jackson appeared quite ineffective in terms of scoring, but he gained attention by scoring 3 goals in their victory against Tottenham. The Blues believe in him, and Pochettino is satisfied with his performance. Nevertheless, they are still planning to make a move in the striker position. Although Ivan Toney seems inexpensive, he is actually a costly player. Brentford is demanding at least €100 million. Osimhen is also a serious possibility, but currently, Toney seems to have the upper hand. This is because he wants to transfer in January, making him one of the available and best strikers. Chelsea lacks an attack, and Ivan Toney's versatile playstyle could help elevate the team's offensive power. Arteta believes that the Arsenal midfield is lacking compared to other teams, not necessarily in terms of weakness, but more in terms of rotation. Therefore, he has requested an offer to be made to Martin Zubimendi. The player has previously been in talks with Barcelona and has even been linked with Bayern. However, Arsenal is currently in a more advanced position in negotiations. Florentino Luis has been linked with both Fenerbahce and Galatasaray in the past, and now there are current rumors linking him to Barcelona. Benfica is asking for €40 million for the 24-year-old midfielder. While this price may seem high for Barcelona, negotiations are expected to take place to potentially reach a more agreeable deal. Real Madrid recently extended contracts with Vini, followed by Rodrigo, and the latest being Eduardo Camavinga, who signed until 2029. These might seem like simple moves, but they are crucial steps as Real Madrid is planning for the future, looking ahead 3 to 4 years. Meanwhile, there has been a denial regarding Mbappe. Real Madrid stated that there have been no talks with him, and none will occur in January. The statement implies that they won't make a move until his contract expires, and any negotiations before that would be against the rules. Players with 6 months or less left on their contracts are allowed to negotiate and sign with a new team. Any discussions or agreements before that period are strictly prohibited, and Paris Saint-Germain is reportedly keeping a close eye, ready to file a complaint against Real Madrid for any potential misstep. Additionally, Real Madrid has announced that they won't make any transfers in January unless there are injuries. Their primary focus is on Mbappe, planning a grand unveiling 8 months from now with a signature ceremony. They anticipate record-breaking jersey sales and increased team popularity the day after acquiring Mbappe. Despite having Arda Turan back, who may struggle for playing time, the current squad seems sufficient. 17-year-old Henry is set to join Real Madrid next season, adding another valuable asset. While Mbappe is the center of attention, Henry is noteworthy too. He was recently selected for the Brazil national team at the age of 17, becoming the youngest player called up since the legendary Ronaldo in March 1994. Luis Suarez has reached an agreement with Inter Miami. He will transfer from Grêmio to Inter Miami without a transfer fee. The 36-year-old player will sign a 2-year contract with an option for a 1-year extension. Suarez, along with Messi, will continue his career in MLS. Suarez and Messi played together at Barcelona for 6 years, during which they won 4 La Liga titles and 1 UEFA Champions League, among other championships. Suarez, who is still a highly valuable player, played 46 matches for Grêmio, scoring 19 goals and providing 16 assists. Nottingham Forest has paid the release clause for Nino, totaling €7 million. The funds were transferred from England to Brazil yesterday. The player had previously expressed his desire to play in Europe. As the captain of Fluminense, he is heading to England after winning the Copa Libertadores. At just 26 years old, he is still quite young. I believe he has the potential to play for even bigger teams in the coming years. Manchester United reportedly wants Anthony to leave the team. He is seen as a direct copy of Sancho, but Anthony has no intention of leaving. There were claims that he would be part of a swap deal with Gabriel Barbosa from Flamengo, but his agent has denied any move to the Brazilian league. Calvin Phillips is expected to leave Manchester City in January, and there are various rumors regarding his next destination. One of these rumors involves Juventus, who is reportedly looking to make a move in the midfield, potentially targeting Phillips. Manchester City's Phillips may be on the agenda for talks with Juventus. Pep Guardiola has spoken on the matter, stating that Phillips is not playing for many reasons, mainly because Rodri is a crucial piece for their team. Guardiola expressed a desire to give Rodri as many minutes as possible, and that is part of the plan. Bernardo Silva, despite expressing a strong desire to transfer for years, has opted not to leave, consistently putting in the effort and working for his team. Paris and Barcelona have shown interest in him before, but currently, that interest seems to have waned. Teams from Saudi Arabia are closely monitoring his situation, and there is a possibility of him making a move in the upcoming season. There are reportedly interested teams in his potential transfer. Tottenham, under Postecoglou's management, is looking for a forward transfer. We discussed a few names in previous videos. They are currently in a serious search. The coach is utilizing Son Heung-min as a forward, and he has been very productive. Despite this, they are comfortable in acquiring another forward. Tottenham is looking to compete with Chelsea for Toney. They are currently in search of a quality striker who can make an impact in the Premier League quickly. Ivan Toney will turn 28 in a few months, and they are asking for €100 million. The same price is applicable for Chelsea, but the realism of this figure is debatable. It could be around €70 million. Real Sociedad is looking to make a forward transfer in the summer, considering potential departures. Boniface has been on their transfer radar for some time. He is currently one of the most sought-after forwards in Europe. Signing him may be challenging, but they will be at the negotiating table. Alvaro Morata will stay at Atletico Madrid. There were rumors about him moving to MLS in January, but he is currently in great form, and Atletico Madrid is content. The 31-year-old forward has scored 12 goals and provided 3 assists in the last 14 matches. Luis Gustavo is in talks with Sao Paulo. After leaving Saudi Arabia, he hadn't reached an agreement with any team. The 36-year-old midfielder is considering returning to his home country, Brazil. Klopp is willing to let Mohamed Salah go in the next season, but there's one condition: the transfer of Leroy Sane. Liverpool's management is ready to make an offer to Bayern Munich as they will gain a significant transfer fee from Salah, making it financially feasible. Leroy Sane feels comfortable both on and off the field in Munich and has a strong desire to remain a Bayern player. However, he is pleased with Klopp's interest, considering him one of the players the coach wants to work with. Klopp's influence could potentially elevate Sane into an even bigger star. Hulk expressed dissatisfaction with the referee in the last match, making tense remarks after the game. He stated, "I'm tired. I'm fed up with Brazil. I'll leave here within a month. Many smaller budget teams withdrew from the transfer because Atletico Mineiro is asking for 5 to 6 million euros. The transfer might come back into consideration in January. Steven Bergwijn could be an option for Saudi teams in January. Premier League teams are also considering bringing him back. However, the Saudis may have a more favorable position. The player is currently going through a tough time at Ajax, with the team facing difficulties, so he is likely to be on the market and potentially leaving. We've come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Goodbye.